Morning. The meeting is hereby called to order. May the back secretariat confirm if we have a quorum.
Hi. Good morning, sir. The Vice Chairperson, Engineer Benedicto M. Cabral. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
The members of the Bids and Awards Committee, Engineer Benedict G. Sagon. Good morning, sir. Ms. Letelin C. Samosa. Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Attorney Cathy May P. Elnas. Good morning, ma'am. Ms. Sofia M. Batilaran. Good morning, ma'am. And the end user provisional member, Ms. Syra Jane Lopez Carreon. And allow me also to state the names of the members of the technical working group who are present, Mr. Chairman. The head, Ms. Alfidelia Esperlado. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning po.
Assistant head, Ms. Rochelle Ann B. Palapal. Good morning, ma'am. The members, Engineer Rafi B. Fabros. Good morning, sir. Mr. Paul Clen Eric Bitampok. Good morning, sir. Ms. Gia Piches L. Galvan. Mr. Andrew G. Panganiban. Good morning, sir. Mr. Adrian Patrick G. Andal. Good morning, sir. And Ms. Aprilline O. Burgos, Mr. Chair. Good morning. That's all, Mr.
With the quorum duly established, we did now proceed to the order of business. Back secretariat kindly state the order of business for today.
The activity for today, Mr. Chairman, is the pre-bid conference for the supply and delivery of 40,000 pieces jute tugboard through framework agreement under NPO BACFAL 002-26 with an ABC of 2,184,000 pesos. Allow me also to introduce the following, and may I request the body to acknowledge the presence of prospective bidders from Triplex Enterprises Incorporated, Mr. Eric P. Regire. Good morning, sir. From Embo Integrated and Trading Corporation, Mr. Gibardo O. Hamison Jr. For the general rules, the IT will...
General Rules. During the conference, all participants are expected to follow the general rules to ensure an orderly proceeding. Participants are requested to arrive on time. Bidders' authorized representatives who are physically present at the venue shall register and sign the official attendance sheet, while those participating through online platforms must indicate in the chat box their company name, company address, authorized representatives, email, and contact numbers. Proper meeting decorum must be observed at all times. Participants are required to keep their mobile phones on silent mode, observe courtesy and professionalism, and raise their hand if they wish to speak, waiting to be recognized by the presiding officer before doing so. All questions should be relevant to the subject matter being discussed, and unauthorized recording of the proceedings is strictly prohibited. Failure to comply with these rules may result in consequences, including a warning for minor violations or removal from the conference in cases of serious or repeated violations.
Mr. Chairman, for this activity, invitations were sent to the following observers. On February 26, 2026, to Ms. Clarice E. Palitic, State Auditor 3, Audit Team Leader of the Office of the Resident Co-Auditor of the National Printing Office. the same date, February 26, 2026, to the President of the National Printing Office Workers Association. Again, on February 26, 2026, to the Manager of Canteen of Consumer Operations of the National Printing Office Multipurpose Cooperative. On the same date, February 26, 2028, invitation was also sent to the Executive Director of the Philippine Business for Social Progress, and finally to the Secretary General of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, also on the same date, February 26, 2026, Mr. Chair. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Back Secretariat. Please proceed with the presentation of bidding documents.
In this regard, Mr. Chair, may I request the body to recognize Mr. Paul Payne for as presenter, as to be assisted by the Assistant Head, Ms. Rochelle At.
Mr. Glenn Paul Tampok is hereby recognized. Please proceed to the presentation of bidding documents.
Thank you for the recognition, Mr. Chair. Good day, everyone. I am Paul Tampok, a TWG member, the presenter of the bidding documents for the procurement project, supply and delivery of 40,000 pieces jute tagboard through framework agreement under identification number NPO-BAC-FAL-002-26 and ABC amounting to 2,184,000 pesos. Section 1, Invitation to Bid. Number 1, the National Printing Office, through the Revolving Fund 2026, intends to apply the sum of 2,184,000 pesos, being the approved budget for the contract, to payments under the contract for the supply and delivery of 40,000 pieces jute tagboard through framework agreement. Bids received in excess of the ABC shall be automatically rejected at bid opening. The National Printing Office, through the Bids and Awards Committee, now invites bids for the supply and delivery of 40,000 pieces jute tagboard under a single-year framework agreement. Bidders should have completed at least 5 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids contracts similar to the project. The description of an eligible bidder is contained in the bidding documents, particularly in Section 2, Instruction to Bidders. The award shall be given to the bidder with the lowest calculated and responsive bid, following the procedures under Sections 61 and 63 of the same IRR. Delivery of the goods is required within the delivery period stated in Section 6, Schedule of Requirements of the bidding documents. Description: supply and delivery of 40,000 pieces jute tagboard through framework agreement. Jute tagboard, 14 points, 36 inches by 45 inches or 914 millimeters by 1,143 millimeters, with 100 pieces per bundle, with an approved budget for the contract of 2,184,000 pesos. Delivery site, National Printing Office, EDSA Corner, Nian North Road, Diliman, Quezon City. 3. The preliminary examination of bids shall be conducted through competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion as specified in the IRR of RA number 12009. 4. Interested bidders may obtain further information from the NPO BAC Secretariat at contact numbers 8925-2182 or 0917-815-5170 and inspect the bidding documents at the address given below from Mondays through Fridays, except holidays, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders from the NPO BAC Secretariat from the date of posting to March 23, 2026, 10:30 a.m. And upon payment of the applicable fee for the bidding documents pursuant to the latest guidelines issued by the GPPB in the amount of 5,000 pesos. Bidding documents may also be downloaded free of charge from the website of the Philippine Government Electronic Procurement System, PhilGEPS, and or the website of NPO, provided that bidders shall pay the applicable fee for the bidding documents not later than the submission of their bids. The NPO will hold a pre-bid conference on March 11, 2026, 10:30 a.m. at the John Silvanus Leach Training Room, 3rd floor of NPO building. Bids must be duly received by the Bids and Awards Committee Secretariat through manual submission at the National Printing Office, EDSA Corner, Nia North Road, Diliman, Quezon City, on or before 10:30 a.m. of March 23, 2026. Late bids shall not be accepted. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in ITB Clause 16.1. Bid opening shall be on March 23, 2026, immediately after the deadline of the submission of bids at John Silvanus Leach Training Room, 3rd floor. Bids will be opened in the presence of the bidders' representatives who choose to attend the activity. Only 2 representatives per bidder will be allowed to enter the venue. 10. The summary of the bidding activities is as follows. Advertisement or a posting of invitation to bid. February 25, 2026. Issuance and availability of bid documents is on February 26, 2026. Pre-bid conference is on March 11, 2026, 10:30 a.m. Last day of submission of written clarification is on March 13, 2026. Last day of issuance of bid bulletin, March 16, 2026. Deadline for submission and receipt of bids, March 23, 2026, 10:30 a.m. Opening of bids is immediately after the deadline for the submission of bids. Bid evaluation is within 1 to 2 days after the opening of bids. The NPO reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance to Section 70 of RA 12009, without incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. For further information, please refer to Mr. Roy Leo C. Pablo, Back Secretariat Head of the Bids and Awards Committee in National Printing Office with the address EDSA Corner, Nia North Road, Diliman, Quezon City. Contact number of 8925-2182 or 0917-815-5170. In email of backsecretariat@npo.gov.ph. You may visit the following websites for the downloading of bidding documents. Notices.philjeps.gov.ph or npo.gov.ph. Section 3, Bid Data Sheet. ITB Clause 1.1, the procuring
Sorry,
and...
excuse for the TWG. Kindly proceed first with the Section 6 of, Clause number 6 of Section 2 for the bidders' information, respective bidders' information.
Noted, sir. To continue, Section 2, Section 2, number 6, bidders' responsibilities. 6.1, the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall submit an omnibus sworn statement in the form prescribed in Section 8, Philippine Bidding Document Related Forms, as required in ITB Clause 12.1, Element 8. 6.2, before submitting their bids, the bidder is deemed to be knowledgeable with all existing laws, decrees, ordinances, acts, and regulations of the Philippines which may affect this project in any way. 6.3, the bidder undertook the following responsibilities. A, took steps to carefully examine and ensure full understanding and comprehension of the bidding documents, its requirements, clauses, and provisions. B, Acknowledge all conditions, local or otherwise, affecting the implementation of the contract. C. Made an estimate of the facilities available and needed for the contract to be bid, if any. D. Complied with the responsibility to inquire or secure the supplemental bid bulletin as provided under ITB Clause 10.4. E. Ensure that it is not blacklisted or barred from bidding by the Government of the Philippines, or GOP, or any of its agencies, offices, corporations, or LGUs, including foreign government or foreign or international financing institutions, whose blacklisting rules have been recognized by the GPPB, by itself or by reason of its relation, membership, association, affiliation, or controlling interest with another blacklisted person or entity. F. Ensure that each of the documents submitted in satisfaction with the bidding requirements is an authentic copy of the original, complete, and that all statements and information provided therein are true and correct. G. Authorize the Hope or its duly authorized representatives to verify all the documents submitted. H. Ensure that the signatory is the duly authorized representative of the bidder and granted full power and authority to do, execute, and perform any and all acts necessary to participate, submit the bid, to sign and execute the ensuing contract, accompanied by the duly notarized special power attorney, board or partnership resolution, or secretary's certificate, whichever is applicable. I. Complied with the disclosure provision under Section 81 and 82 of RA number 12009 and its IRR in relation to the other provisions of RA 3019. J. Complied with existing labor laws and standards in the case of procurement of services. Moreover, the bidder undertakes to ensure the entitlement of workers to wages, hours of work, safety and health, and other prevailing conditions of work as established by national laws, rules and regulations, or collective bargaining agreement, or arbitration award if and when applicable. In case there is a finding by the procuring entity or the Department of Labor and Employment of underpayment or non-payment of workers' wages and wage-related benefits, the bidder agrees that the performance security or portion of the contract amount shall be withheld in favor of the complaining workers pursuant to appropriate provisions of RA number 12009 without prejudice the institution of appropriate actions under the Labor Code as amended and other social legislations. Comply with occupational safety and health standards and correct deficiencies, if any. In case of imminent danger, injury, or death of the worker, the bidder undertakes to suspend contract implementation pending clearance to resume from the Dole Regional Office in compliance with the work stoppage order, and inform the workers of their conditions of work, labor clauses under the contract specifying wages, hours of work, and other benefits under prevailing national laws, rules and regulations, or CBA, or arbitration award, if and when applicable, through posting in two conspicuous places in the establishment's premises. K. Ensure that it did not give or pay, directly or indirectly, any commission, amount, fee, or any form of consideration, pecuniary or otherwise, to any person or official, personnel, or representative of the government in relation to any procurement project or activity. L. Examined all instructions, forms, terms, and specifications in the bidding documents. M. Determined and applied with all matters pertaining to the contract to be bid, including but not limited to the location and the nature of this project, climatic conditions, transportation facilities, and other factors that may affect the cost, duration, and execution or implementation of this project. And ensure that all information in the bidding documents, including bid or supplemental bid bulletins issued, are correct and consistent. The procuring entity shall not assume any responsibility regarding erroneous interpretations or conclusions by the prospective or eligible bidder out of the data furnished by the procuring entity. Failure to observe any of the above responsibilities shall be at the risk of the bidder concerned. Further, the bidder shall bear all costs associated with the preparation and submission of its bid. The procuring entity shall in no case be responsible or liable for those costs, regardless of the conduct or outcome of the bidding process. In case of failure of bidding, the bidding documents fee may be applied in the rebidding for the same project. Furthermore, the bidder should be aware that the procuring entity will accept bids only from those that have paid applicable fee for the bidding documents at the office indicated in the invitation to bid. Section 3, Bid Data Sheet. ITB Clause 1.1. The procuring entity is National Printing Office with the project title of Supply and Delivery of 40,000 pieces jute tagboard through framework agreement under identification number NPO-BAC-FAL-002-26. ITB Clause 1.2, the number of lots is 1. Clause 2, the funding source is the GOP through the source of funding as indicated below for 2026 in the amount of 2,184,000 pesos. The source of funding is through the revolving fund. Foreign bidders, ITB Clause 5.2. Foreign bidders, except those falling under ITB Clause 5.2 Element B, may not participate in this project. Clause 5.4, the bidder's SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, should have been completed within 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. Clause 5.5, for the purpose of similar contracts, it shall be defined as 1. The bidder must have completed within a period of 5 years from the submission of the bid an SLCC that is similar to the procurement project to be bid and whose value, adjusted to current prices using the Philippine Statistics Authority Consumer Price Indices. Bidders must present a combination of contracts completed within the same period, provided that their total value is at least 50% of the ABC. Thus, the bidder should have completed at least one similar contract amounting to at least 25% of the ABC, and the bidder should have completed other contracts, whether similar or not, with an aggregate amount of at least 25% of the ABC. Classified as similar contracts, supply and delivery of paper products as raw materials for printing purposes. Clause 12, documents comprising the bid, technical and financial components. 12.1, the first bid envelope shall contain the following technical documents, including the eligibility documents. A, valid and updated PhilJEP certificate of registration, platinum membership, including Annex A of the PhilJEP's registration. B, original and duly signed statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, or SLCC, similar to the procurement project to be bid as provided in the bid data sheet, ITB Clause 5.5 of the bidding documents. C, the bidder's original and duly signed computation of net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid or committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank in lieu of its NFCC computation. Must be at least equal to 10% of the ABC to be bid.
Okay.
D.
Wait lang, Sir Tampok. For letter B, as discussed earlier during the first pre-bid, magkakaroon po ito ng bid bulletin. Bid bulletin. Okay. Sige.
Noted, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
To continue, the bidder's original and duly signed statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. E. If applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all potential JV partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the event that the bid is successful. F. Original copy of bid security in the prescribed form, amount in accordance with ITB Clause 16, and valid for the period specified in ITB Clause 15. If in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission, or, if applicable, original copy of a duly notarized bid securing declaration. G. Conformity with the technical specifications under Section 6 and Section 7 of the bidding documents, and supplemental bid bulletin, if any, which may include production or delivery schedule, manpower requirements, and or after-sales parts, if applicable. H. Duly signed and notarized omnibus sworn statement in accordance with Section 54.3 of RA 12009, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. I. For foreign bidders claiming eligibility by reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos, a certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in their government procurement activities for the same item or product. 12.2. The second bid envelope shall contain the following financial documents: original or duly signed and accomplished financial bid form with proper reference and project ID number and bid bulletin number, if any. Each page shall be signed or initialed. K. Original of duly signed and accomplished price schedule in accordance with ITB Clause 13.1. Each page shall be signed or initialed. L. If applicable, certificate of domestic preference in accordance with ITB Clause 25. Note: notarized documents, as indicated or stipulated in herein checklist, must bear the complete details of the notary public as follows: A. Name of notary public. B. Office address and regular place of work or business. C. Validity of notarial commission. D. IBP OR number. E. Roll number. F. PTR number. G. At least MCLE compliance 8 or as applicable. ITB Clause 12.4. The ABC is 2,184,000 pesos. Any bid with a financial component exceeding the amount shall not be accepted. Clause 15.1. Bids will be valid for 120 calendar days from bid opening. 16.1. The bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following. 1. The amount of not less than 2% of the ABC or 43,000 pesos and 43,680 pesos. If bid security is in cash, cashier's, or manager's check. 2. The amount of not less than 5% of the ABC or 109,200 pesos. If bid security is in bank draft, guarantee, irrevocable LOC, or surety bond. Bid securities other than a bid securing declaration shall be turned over to the NPO cashier section for custody. The bid securing declaration shall be in the custody of the BAC Secretariat. Bid security shall not contain any deletion, crossing out, expunction, or any form of correction. Otherwise, NPO may reject such security if any such intercalation, superimposition, or alteration affects any material information or feature of the document. Clause 16.2. The bid security shall be valid for 120 calendar days from bid opening. Clause 18. For the submission of bid proposal, 1. Each bidder shall submit only one copy of the first and second components of its bid. 2. Bidders shall enclose their technical documents described in ITB Clause 12 in one sealed envelope marked Technical Component and the financial component in another sealed envelope marked Financial Component. Both envelopes shall then be enclosed in one single outer or mother envelope marked Bid, properly labeled, sealed, and signed by the bidder or its authorized representative. The markings on all envelopes shall 2.1. Contain the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters, bear the name and address of the bidder in capital letters, be addressed to the procuring entity's back in accordance with ITB Clause 1.1, bear the specific identification of this bidding process indicated in the ITB Clause 1.1, and bear a warning, do not open before the date and time for the opening of bids in accordance with ITB Clause 19. To facilitate the receipt and classification of the bid envelopes, 2.6. Outer mother envelope shall be in color red. 2.7. The inner envelope containing technical proposal shall be blue. 2.8. The inner envelope containing financial proposal shall be green. 2.9. The post-qualification documents shall be brown. Bid envelopes that are not properly sealed and marked as required in the bidding documents shall be accepted, provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The BAC shall assume no responsibility for misplaced or lost contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid, or for its premature opening. On the other hand, unsealed or unmarked bid envelopes or bids that cannot be opened or corrupted in case of online submission shall be rejected. Note, notarized documents as indicated stipulated in herein checklist must bear the complete details of the notary public as follows: name of the notary public, office address and regular place of work or business, validity of notarial commission, IBP OR number, roll number, PTR number, at least MCLE compliance 8 or as applicable. Any supplemental bid bulletin issued by the BAC shall also be posted in the PhilJEPs in any conspicuous place in the premises of the procuring entity and on the website or social media platforms of the procuring entity, if available, or such other channels as may be authorized by the GPPB. It shall be the responsibility of all prospective bidders, including those who have properly secured the bidding documents, to inquire and secure supplemental bid bulletins that may be issued by the BAC. The address for the submission of bids is through manual submission at the National Printing Office, EDSA Corner, Nia North Road, Diliman, Quezon City. The deadline for the submission of bids is March 23, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. Clause 22.1. The place of the bid opening is at the John Silvanus Leach Training Room, 3rd floor. The date and time of bid opening is immediately after the deadline of the submission of bids. (26.3)(a). The award criterion shall be determined as lowest calculated bid. 26.5(a). Partial bid is not allowed. The goods are grouped in a single lot and the lot shall not be divided into sublots for the purpose of bidding, evaluation, and contract award. 26.5(b). Arithmetical correction is allowed. 27.1. Post-qualification documents may be submitted during the bidding, but this does not disqualify bidders who will not submit post-qualification documents during bid submission within a non-extendable period of 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice from the BAC that it submitted the lowest calculated bid or single calculated bid. Said bidder shall submit the following post-qualification documents. 1. When applicable, copies of contract, purchase order, notice to proceed, or notice of award, letter of extension duly signed by the same individual whose name and signature appears on the original contract or his or her authorized representative, but with a corresponding letter of authority designating the sanctioned or endorsed signatory of project stated in the statement of all ongoing projects, including those awarded but not yet started. 2. Valid SEC registration or DTI registration. 3. Bylaws as applicable. 4. Articles of incorporation or amended articles of incorporation as applicable. 5. Updated General Information Sheet or GIS duly stamped receipt by the SEC or any proof of receipt of submission made thereto as applicable. 6. Valid mayor's permit. 7. Updated, renewed tax clearance. 8. Latest income and business tax returns filed manually or with EFPS. 9. Updated latest audited financial statement with proof of receipt by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions. Note: photocopied documents submitted shall be initialed or signed by authorized representative. During the inspection of the post-qualification team, the winning bidder shall present original copies of these documents for comparison. In the event that site inspection cannot be undertaken, it is the responsibility of the winning bidder to present the original post-qualification documents for comparison within the post-qualification period. In compliance of the goods offered with the requirements specified in this bidding document shall be determined anent to Section 63.3 of the IRR of RA 12009. The BAC shall verify and validate the veracity, authenticity, and validity of all the eligibility documents supporting the PhilJEP Certificate of Registration Platinum Membership, and all other statements made and documents submitted by the bidder with the LCB, using non-discretionary criteria as stated in the bidding documents. This criterion shall consider, but shall not be limited to the following. A. Legal requirements to verify, validate, and ascertain licenses, certificates, permits, and agreements submitted by the bidder, and the fact that it is not included in the blacklist as provided in Section 54 of this IRR. For this purpose, the GPPB shall maintain a portal which contains the consolidated file of all blacklisted suppliers, contractors, and consultants. B. Technical requirements to verify and validate the bidder's stated compliance with the requirements specified in the bidding documents. C. Financial requirements to verify and validate the bid price proposal of the bidder and, whenever applicable, the required committed line of credit in the amount specified and over the period stipulated in the bidding documents, or the bidder's NFCC to ensure that the bidder can sustain the operating cash flow of the transaction. 31.3. The performance security shall be in the form of a performance securing declaration as an option if under a framework agreement arrangement or any. 1. The amount of not less than 5% of the total contract price if performance security is in guarantee. 2. The amount of not less than 5% of the total contract price if performance security is irrevocable LOC. Or, number 3, the amount of not less than 30% of the total contract price if performance security is in surety bond. General conditions of contract. This is a template. Any changes will be seen on Section 5. Section 5, Special Conditions of Contract. GCC Clause 1A. The procuring entity is National Printing Office. 1C. The funding source is the GOP through the source of funding as indicated below for 2026 in the amount of 2,184,000 pesos. The source of funding is through the revolving fund. 1D. The project site is National Printing Office, EDSA Cornelia North Road, Diliman, Quezon City. 10.3. The terms of payment shall be upon delivery of services and goods as stated and stipulated in the call-off. 16.1. The inspections and tests that will be conducted are the ones issued by the NPO as the need arises. 17.3. Warranty. The goods supplied shall be covered by a warranty period of 6 months from the date of receipt and acceptance by the procuring entity or until their actual use by the end user, whichever comes first. Replacement of defective items. The supplier shall replace defective goods within 10 working days from receipt of written notice from the National Printing Office. This obligation shall apply even to defects that are discovered only after delivery and acceptance. Section 6. Schedule of Requirements. Framework Agreement List. The delivery schedule expressed in weeks or months indicates the required delivery date, which shall be understood as the date the goods are to be delivered to the project site. Item or goods description. Supply and delivery of 40,000 pieces jute tag board through framework agreement. Jute tag board 14 points, 36 inches by 45 inches or 914 millimeters by 1,143 millimeters with 100 pieces per bundle. Quantity of 40,000 pieces and unit cost of 54 pesos and 60 centavos per piece, with a total cost of 2,184,000 pesos, and also the same for the approved budget for the contract. Framework agreement effectivity is 1 year. Delivery terms is within 15 calendar days after receipt of call-off. Terms of payment. Payment shall be made after the complete inspection and acceptance by the procuring entity based on the issued call-off. Section 7. Technical Specifications. Bidders must state comply or not comply for each specification and provide the corresponding performance parameters for offered equipment. Each response must be supported by a clear documentary support in the bid and properly cross-referenced. Acceptable evidence includes unaltered manufacturer sales brochures, official specification sheets, product samples, independent test results, and similar documents. Claims should be backed by documentary support. If the evidence contradicts the claim, the bid may be rejected. Any false statement, whether in the compliance form or supporting documents, found during evaluation, post-qualification, or contract implementation may be considered fraudulent in accordance with ITB Clause 3.1, Element A, Subsection 2, and without prejudice to the imposition of appropriate administrative, civil, and criminal penalty in accordance with law. Quantity of 40,000 pieces. Specification. Supply and delivery of 40,000 pieces jute tag board through framework agreement. Jute tag board 14 points, 36 inches by 45 inches or 914 millimeters by 1,143 millimeters, 100 pieces per bundle. Complete specifications. 100 pieces per bundle, wrapped and properly labeled with continuous bundle numbers starting from the bottom. Date manufactured and delivery must be indicated in each bundle with pallet, with sample provided by the supplier, with size 8.5 inches by 11 inches, 2 pieces, during bid opening for comparison to the actual stock of NPO. Additional requirements. 1. The bidder shall submit a notarized affidavit of undertaking, certifying the availability of at least 50% of the items upon inspection or during post-qualification activity. 2. The supplier shall be responsible for the unloading of the delivered papers from the delivery vehicle to the designated weighing or inspection area at no additional cost to the National Printing Office. Mr. Chair, that concludes The presentation of the bidding documents.
Thank you, Sir Paul Tampok. Any clarification, question from the prospective bidders? None? Okay. The NPO Bids and Awards Committee extends our appreciation to the prospective bidders who attend this morning activity. The bidding documents will be made available for all interested bidders until the prescribed period for the submission and opening of bids. All interested bidders are advised to directly coordinate with the back secretariat for proper assistance and any related matters or inquiries. Thank you very much, and you are now excused. Okay. Mr. Tampok is recognized.
Thank you for the recognition, Mr. Chair. The Technical Working Group also respectfully recommends the adoption of the agreed amendments and/or clarifications of the bidding document pertaining to the project supply and delivery of 40,000 pieces jute tagboard through framework agreement with ID number NPO BACFAL 002-26. That's all, Mr. Chair.
There's a recommendation from the TWG to amend the bidding documents, particularly on the submission of legal. Is it legal or technical? Legal, yeah, legal documents. Letter B, for inclusion through the bid bulletin. Any motion from the members of the bar?
Mr. Chair, I move to adopt the recommendation of the TWG.
In objection? Hearing none, the recommendation is adopted. Please take note, back secretariat.
Duly noted, Mr. Chair. At this stage, the back secretariat respectfully recommends the adjournment of the proceedings, Mr. Chair.
There's a recommendation from the back secretariat to adjourn the activity.
I move to adopt the recommendation of the back secretariat, Mr. Chair.
In objection? Hearing none, the activity is hereby adjourned at exactly 11:30 in the morning. Thank you very much.